Hello, I hope this video finds you well. Tonight we're going to look at date fashion from Logic 1, and this is the Python solution. The problem states you and your date are trying to get a table at a restaurant. The parameter u is the stylishness of your clothes in the range 0 to 10, and date is the stylishness of your date's clothes. The result, getting the table, is encoded as an int value with 0 no, 1 maybe, 2 yes. If either of you is very stylish, 8 or more, the result is 2, that's a yes, with the exception that if either of you has a style of 2 or less, then the result is 0. Or no. Otherwise, the result is 1. So we can look here at the first example. We see 510. So our date has a value greater than or equal to 8. So the result is 2. 52. Our date is less than or equal to 2. So the result is 0. And 55. So neither of us are very unstylish or really stylish. So it's a maybe or a 1. Now I have a solution here because I thought what might be a value in this problem is talking about these big ideas. And that is, the first thing is, remember that as soon as you hit a return statement, you're done. And sometimes this can be forgotten when you're just learning how to program. So here, since we have a return statement inside this if statement, it never gets out of there. So that's one of the reasons why I don't have to set this up with an else down here or these as an elif. You know, sometimes students will set it up like this, which still is perfectly correct. We start off with, if either of you is less than or equal to 2, we return 0, because that's the priority here. That's the first thing we check. Elif, you're greater than 8, we return 2, else we return 1. And notice if I hit go, it still works. But again, because I understand that as soon as that return statement is reached, and there's a return statement in each of these if statements, I can write it as a catch-all return at the bottom. The second big idea here is that order matters. So let's imagine if I took this if statement and I pasted it above and I hit go. Notice how now I get a situation that's wrong. And that's because when you read this problem, it says the exception here is that if either of you has a style of 2 or less, meaning that this rule takes priority over this rule. And so thinking about the order that you do the checks is really important, because I can still make this work. I can make this work by adding more to this. I can say if u is greater than or equal to 8, or your date's greater than or equal to 8, and you are greater than 2, and the date is greater than 2. And I've put brackets around these just to kind of group them. It doesn't make it different, but what this does is by grouping them, it helps me see the order and force the order that I want the operations to be done. And this works now because what you do is you check if they're greater than or equal to 8, and then you just make sure that exception isn't causing a problem. And then you do this. And notice the code here is quite a bit more complicated. And that's why, starting off with this situation here, where you check the exception first, it makes your later if statements a lot simpler because you know that this if statement is definitely false. And with that, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Remember, you can find all my solutions on my repository linked in the comments. Have a great day.